don't know.
Did I see Cletus?
Yes.
Yeah,
He was
Cletus
out
is
there
there,
trying
but I
to get
didn't see
popped.
Dick.
Oh.
Okay.
Even my
So,
dad.
I like using the door. I
which,
really-
would you like to start?
Ski cap on.
Chief Mason, you want to start it?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Hey, did everybody get the agenda? On the
Oh,
statistics.
I did not, Chief. Can you swing one my way, please?
Oh, I didn't make it. Copy.
Should be
So
one.
you
All
can
right.
get it out. Figured you probably had a
And there
copy.
might be some up there. Wait a minute. You got police up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
Did
police.
you get a copy? Did you get a copy, Nick?
Go ahead, you don't need to make a copy.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cletus, how you doing?
Good, thanks, Mike.
Sorry about that.
All the statistics, calls for service, offense, reports, arrests, accidents, citations, they all fell within the averages of the last 3 years. 2013 was a pretty good spike year for everything. The only thing is accidents in 13 were lower than they were the next 3 years. But actually, one of the things with the mild weather, we've had a pretty good go with things as far as accidents go. Serious accidents this month. Not a lot of crashes, not a lot of weather-related things as we usually run into for January. On overtime usage is only to January 22nd. Because they didn't have it for the rest of the month, which had it up to 22nd, was $6,610 compared to last year for the full month was $11,602. So my guess is
You're gonna be under.
so few days will probably be under what we were last year. On the alarms, another average month, 3 residential, 28 commercial. We had 15 fire alarms. Those dispositions are unknown at this point. I've asked Lisa to report on the dispositions for those for us for next month, so we know how many we're actually gonna be charged false alarms. That was a total of 15. I told her we would go from January probably through February, giving warnings to folks on these fire alarms, since we haven't been charging them, to help spread the news that, give them some advance warning that we were gonna start tracking those along with the ordinance. The ordinance provides for that, so it'll probably be March before we have any charged alarms that we actually send people a notice of a charge, if there are any. In your mind, Chief, do you know of any of the alarms that you responded to?
I know I reported one to Dorsey, for Dorsey Mill Road, and I believe one for Lowe's. I think those are the only two that I personally
Those
know
are the
about.
ones we've been having most trouble with.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure about the other shifts at this point.
So I would say probably March, we'll look at those offenders sending out letters, charging them if they still continue to have those. I don't know what Lowe's issue is, do you? I mean, they should be a little more concerned.
They should definitely be a little more concerned, because they're one of our main offenders throughout the year. Dorsey Mill has been in the last couple of months, but throughout the year, Lowe's has just been a problem. Yeah.
We also have had problems in the past with them on their regular alarms, but most of those turn out to be employees who didn't shut down properly or didn't deactivate the alarm before going inside,
Yeah.
things like that, so. And a lot of times they call us off. The chief's exam was given on January 9th. 9 candidates were tested in the assessment center. 4 of the top 3 candidates will be conducted by the Ohio Association of Chiefs of Police on March 5th, 2016. Their results, that'll be a Saturday. Their results will follow quickly. They said, I think Tuesday, the following week, we should have a report of some sort from them as to what their findings were on the top 3 candidates.
The top 3, just the top 3 test scores.
The top 3 written exam scores will go to the assessment center.
Yes.
And then they will be given a thorough round of exercises, and these fellows that come in there are all chiefs of police with a pretty good resume, and they've all As similar as we've done throughout the years with all promotions and criminal one week, both, they came in, in our assessment, we've chosen to go with. So it's a known thing for us with them, lots of experience, with that, with the Ohio Association and Chiefs of Police on that.
Are there any current chiefs of the 9? Are there captains, sergeants?
Captains, sergeants, lieutenants.
Are there any?
But no chief.
No current chiefs, or former chiefs in the 9?
There is a former chief that was in the 9 that tested, but he's not going to be going on.
He's not gonna hit the final 3.
No.
Then the final 3, then after they pick, do they rate them and then do they go to the mayor and then you pick out of them? Do you have to take the top or you take any one of the 3 based on theirs, or how do you do that? Or
Per the
is that
civil
how-
service rules, we don't have to hire any of the top 3. In which case then we would go to the next 3 and they would go through the very same process. It stands to reason though, since we have contracted with the Ohio Chiefs Association to help do this assessment, provide their input and feedback, that it would be, you know, it's something I'm gonna strongly consider.
As far as the rule go, no, he can choose any of the top 3 he
Yes.
likes.
I was just trying to figure, he said in March, and I was just trying to figure out like when you might pick someone and then, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So you're looking like,
Chief's last official date with us is the end of March. It's not the 31st, is it? It's the
25th,
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Yeah. But but
It is
yeah.
a Good Friday.
yeah, right.
He's assured me that you know, it's not as though he's moving to Timbuktu, and if the new chief needs some information, whatever, during as we get transitioned, that Chief Mason will be available to help when he can.
I remember something about either no cell phone or cell phone turned off when you told us.
I haven't decided. I can tell you right now, I don't have a cell phone other than the city cell phone, so not really making any plans to get one.
Limited accessibility with that, non-Timbuktu.
People know where I live if you really need
Money
me
talks, Chief.
and you know me well enough, you'll know where to find me. How to find me. I won't be hiding, I just, don't feel the need to carry a cell phone in my life for a little while anyway. My wife has said that I need to get one, but I've not listened so far. But after the assessment center, like I said, within a few days, he'll have some reports and review reports, and we'll take them. The following week, he should have this evening what their final report is. And the top 3 candidates are not, let's see, they've been announced. It's Sergeant Norman Ream from our department, Captain Dave Herron from Newark PD, and Captain Craig Riley from Newark PD. Are the top 3 folks that will be going on at this point to the assessment center on March 5th.
How many of these are Heath residents? Or any of these Heath residents?
Sergeant Ream is.
a Heath resident. Those two, I believe, are Newark residents.
2 different captains in the Newark PD.
Oh.
Aaron lives in Valley.
What's that?
Aaron Valley.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he
Yeah, he lives out in Valley.
Does he live out there? And Craig, I don't know. I know, they may live somewhere rural because their children, I know they've had in Hartford Fair for years. I know they've been out there showing my kids and their kids are there, so. They may live out there as well. And lastly, I have a legislative request to dispose of a 2007 Dodge Charger sedan, trade in replacement to Tri-County for the one we just purchased. It was a replacement that was authorized for Detective Phillips' car, but I neglected to create a disposal for the one we were getting rid of. So this is a disposal ordinance. We authorized the replacement purchase of the new one, but we didn't include disposal in that.
Yeah. So this is for the unmarked?
Yes, it's an unmarked, okay, yeah.
Tomorrow.
You guys aware of the fence getting pulled down there by the sewer department, it's like somebody crashed into it. They would pick up that insurance on it.
Yeah, it's all,
Is it?
yeah, we're waiting on check from the,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I just saw it the other
Yeah,
day.
it's,
It's in the mail.
it's,
Check.
Okay.
I didn't know that we had an accident down there. So,
yeah.
how long ago was that?
Oh, gosh. It's been 2 weeks now, I think.
Say at least.
Yeah, I think it's been like 2 weeks.
I was gonna say that didn't very long.
But apparently there was a report made, Johnny, got a hold of the insurance company and got two fence estimates. They're supposed to be checking them out.
We could ask what David.
So we weren't called to the scene to do an investigation?
It was last meeting, we passed it, right?
I'm not 100% sure. I thought I heard that there was a police report, but I don't know why it wouldn't have been the city's report. But I thought that's what I heard.
And normally, if we get involved in something, anything that involves city property or something that's held by the city, we would do a report.
Yeah. Check with Mr. Geller for sure.
I'll have it. Didn't say anything in any of the department head meetings about it either, so you can ask me, so assume it's taken care of. Yeah, it's not required to have a report if the person in the city comes to some sort of agreement, but it's always better to have a report in case they go back and make good on things.
Anything else, Chief?
No, sir, thank you.
Nothing else, into 5:43. And we'll go with fire. Chief Court.
I updated mine. Yeah, there's changes on that. In January, we had a total of 72 fire runs, 156 EMS runs. So fire runs were up over last year. EMS were down by 3 compared to last year. We did a total of 94 transports for the month of January, as compared to 92 in 2015. Total of 228 runs for the year so far, in the month of January. Mutual aid runs, I've got them broken down there. We did a total of 15 fire calls, mutual aid, and 13 EMS, 28 total, that we gave aid to. It's been pretty typical that Newark has been our #1 mutual aid that we give. Hebron is starting to come up in that, mainly because we've been added to the run cards for Newark for basically any and all fire runs that they have anymore since Chief Stickrat took over. For years, they've never had
Who took
a
over?
tower. Chief Stickrat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They've never had a tower responding to any of their industrial park, reported fires and all that. So we've been going out to all of those now. So taking our tower and even our engine to different structures out that way. So expect those numbers to continue to go up.
So he changed their run cards, then
Yeah.
it's your automatic mutual aid
Yeah.
at certain times,
Yeah.
or just on all fire calls?
Just about any fire call we are mutual aid with.
Did you say, Chief, that Hebron does not have a tower?
No, Hebron does not have a tower. There's only 3 towers in the county. So.
2 in Newark and
Well,
1 with us?
Newark has 2, that's right, yeah, and Granville has 1, and us, so there's 4. And
Southwest Licking does not have a tower?
West Licking has a tower, but it's stationed clear on the west side of, it's actually almost in Franklin County, but it's technically West Licking, but yes, but they don't bring it this way.
I'm just thinking there's obviously quite a few industrial buildings in Hebron that have been
Yeah.
there a
Yeah.
while. I think they have land still available, or maybe there could be more at some point. We all have seen, through Prologis, the development going on in Etna Township,
Yep,
and,
right.
I guess I guess they'll figure it out,
Yeah.
right?
If they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just disappointed.
Okay.
Change your mind.
Licking Township and.
That's the
It's as
rescue
easy
team,
as
the
just
county rescue team.
Oh, okay.
call 911.
Yeah, that's Chief McCord, that
Yes.
question.
I'm a little curious how the run card can be amended, modified, like that. What is the criteria for?
Call down to the
The run
dispatch
card.
center and tell them you wanna adjust your run cards. We do it all the time.
I think maybe where the question's coming from is, obviously, the change in Hebron's run card will likely have us, our fire
Responding.
department, responding more down there.
It's just strictly part
That's-
of the mutual aid agreement, yes.
That's a unilateral decision that can be made by each chief as to what assistance might come into their jurisdiction.
Yes.
Based on the incident, that's at hand.
Right. We are currently in the process of changing our run card some to adding more mutual aid from Newark, because we can't necessarily rely on Licking Township as much. They only have part-timers, and it's only certain parts of the day, and then on the weekends, they don't have it at this station, they have it at the other station. So it's hard to depend on that. So I had a meeting with Chief Connor, myself and Captain Miller had a meeting with Chief Connor and Assistant Chief Decker last week, and we talked about run cards. And so we're going to, normally we would get one engine out of Hebron, one engine out of Licking Township, and an engine out of Newark for a structural fire, maybe at like Meritor. We can't really depend on Licking Township, so Newark has agreed to say, okay, we're gonna take two engines. We're gonna get engine 3 and rescue 1 out of Newark to come to Meritor in those instances, and they're perfectly fine with that, yeah.
Okay.
We just add them to our run card. And
So you had this conversation with Chief Connor?
Yes.
Previously, right?
yes.
Did Chief Stickrat have a similar conversation with you prior to changing
Not
the
with me.
run
This was
card?
done well before I took over as chief.
Oh.
We've been going
Oh,
out.
yeah, Chief Stickrat's
Yeah.
been there now for more than a year.
Yeah,
hasn't
we've
he?
been going out there a lot more way before I took over as chief,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Okay.
Is it appropriate for maybe 4 or 5 you chiefs to maybe get in a room and kind of go over these and spend a few hours and look at some of the other adjustments that might be mutually beneficial for all these departments?
We have tried, and I've sat down, I've sat down with Chief Hussey also. We've talked about it, myself and Chief Hussey and
Chief Hussey's
Connor,
Granville Township.
Granville Township. And we've talked about it. One of the other things that I've done is, since I've taken over, is added, Newark's battalion to the card too. The more, chiefs, I guess, you can have on a scene, especially if a large fire or something like that gives you a safety officer and all that. Unfortunately, we just don't have the manpower to do everything that we need to do. So I've added, Chief, one of their assistant chiefs to the run card. I've added Chief Stickrat if he's around to the run card, and also Chief Hussey to the run card. So they'll be in their battalion card coming into the city if we have anything also. Yeah.
Jeff,
So-
I've heard not just from Chief McCord, but also from Chief Hussey and Chief Connor, that the conversations to try to coordinate and work well with the other departments are taking place, and it's a good thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a fresh start.
We actually
New
do.
phase.
Pat and I Chief Connor had that discussion just 2 days ago, and it's made a real difference already. It really has. And the matter of fact, the blue right at the corner of Blue Jay and Linville, we had an auto accident the other day. I was actually down at the firehouse store. Chief Decker came in, he took command of the scene, and I told him, I said, I'm not gonna walk up and take command from you or whatever. Do your thing, continue to do it. And he ran the scene even though I showed up second. And that's the way we're gonna do it, and he said the same thing
A lot
about
more of this and a lot less of
Absolutely.
this.
Absolutely.
Seemed like there was an awful lot of this.
Yeah, yeah, yep, so, yeah.
From other departments.
Yep.
coming out of this place.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're working really
We're
well.
working
It's
on
a
it.
fresh start, it's a
Yeah.
good,
Yeah,
awesome.
working well together. And then as far as mutual aid that was received, given to us, a total of 21 fire calls and 13 EMS calls for a total of 34 different times that one of those three departments came into our city to help us out. So as you can see, we've, because of working well together, we've gotten a lot more help here lately from other departments. So that's definitely beneficial.
That's Licking Township Fire Company, that LTFC?
Yes, yeah, Licking Township.
What's LCRT?
That's the rescue team. We had 2 rescue team runs out to Buckeye Lake where people were in the water.
Oh,
County rescue
that's
team.
our
County
staff
rescue.
going out there as part of the dive team.
Dive team, yes.
Okay.
Yep, we take the rescue trailer
Ice
out there.
fishermen that fell in, or?
Yep, went through the ice and that kind of thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there really ice?
That's what I was gonna say.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yep, once in a while. So, yes, we went out there twice. That was just here in the last 2 weeks too. So it was actually twice in one day. Jay, do you want the legislative request? We had the rescue the rescue that we're purchasing. We had money left over from it from a refund. I didn't realize, or actually it was been Chief Huggins's deal to do, but at the end of the year, that money accidentally got put back into the general fund because it was not appropriated, or how was that done, Jay?
Correct.
And so I wanted to get that money back because I need to buy equipment for the
when
rescue.
we were going through the cleanup ordinance and stuff like that, did we not unappropriate the money correctly?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So that's what that is. Yeah, back.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is, taking it back out, putting it back where it belongs.
Is this used to, is this something maybe used to update
The new rescue, yeah, we've got some lights that we wanna buy and, a few other things that we need to purchase.
mounting the tools in
Yes,
certain
yep,
places?
for mounting the
In
tools. and-
Springfield, right?
Yes, in
That's what
Springfield,
this
yep,
one's
that's
in
what
for?
that's gonna be for, yes, sir.
Okay.
Our expense report for the month, in January, our total wages were a little, almost 77,000. Overtime was, just about 27,000. The wages was up a little bit because we had an extra person on the roster at that point, with Chief Huggins still being here, me being here, and then we had our new firefighter apprentice Barry here also, so that's why those wages were gonna be up some. We had an extra firefighter, so that'll go back down
That's the
to normal.
76.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, okay.
76,000.
Hey, Chief,
Yes, sir.
We've begun the process of, we're in the beginning stages,
Yeah.
but we have begun the process of promoting a lieutenant to fill the captain's vacancy that was created when Warren became the chief. And then, at the same time, we're going through the process of promoting from within the department to a lieutenant's position.
Yes.
In the interim, how are we handling your old unit, the captain vacancy? Is the
Lieutenant Baker is
Okay.
filling that spot right now. We just don't have an officer at Station 2, which we have provisions in our contract to, our senior firefighter of that day gets, I think, an extra 50 cents.
Officer
on
of the day thing?
Yeah, he gets an extra 50 cents an hour, I think, for each hour that he's up there, which
Okay.
at this point is firefighter Bun.
Okay.
But we still have our staff of 5, yes.
Okay, nice.
I had to amend this, Heffley wanted some information on our transports, and the revenues that we get there. And as you can see here, I added that on that second page. Of those 94 trips, the gross charges were not quite $75,000 that MedBill would be billing for. By contract, we have to deduct that $30,000. Those are some of the things like through Medicare and Medicaid that they automatically take off the top. So our net charges would have been $44,567. They wrote off $668. So we still are owed approximately $44,000 that we will see as revenue for the month of January for EMS billing.
Hey, Jay, just maybe make a note. Let's try to give Eileen a call this week and sit down with her. I just want to make sure there isn't anything that we need to do as far as the charge master for 2016.
No, the write-offs, they go through you.
Is there any significance to
They-
why there's two columns, a red one, a blue one, that say?
One's monthly and one's
Yeah, that'll be
Oh,
year-to-date
this year-
total,
okay.
but this is the
Okay.
first
I didn't
month of the
see
year.
anything at the top, I'm thinking-
One's
I was
blue and
like,
one's red,
yeah,
that's the
it's like,
difference.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll get there.
No, I
Just so.
Just April,
In
those are
case you're
still the same.
colorblind, you can see one or the other, I mean.
Just so everyone knows, you know, Chief had down here at the bottom of his other, that if you wanted any other reports from,
Right.
to the committee, and I thought that was a good one, that, you know, would.
Yeah, I asked
Look
Chief
at it.
McCord to get with the committee members to see if there was, you know,
Yeah, if there's any
Chief
other
Huggins had
reports
been
that you
providing
want.
information.
Right.
Was there anything with the new chief? Was there anything new you wanted to see? Was there anything different that you wanted to
Well, I
things
think this
handled
is-
or whatever?
This is handled.
Yeah, I mean, if you
well,
wanna see
just,
any other
uh,
stats or reports, I'd be more than happy to get them. I mean, we're kinda moving into the computer age, so it's pretty easy for me to get stuff. If you need anything, let me know, I'll be more
Kind
than
of
happy to
moving.
get
That's a
it.
welcome request.
Kind of moving.
He's asking for more.
Dick's question to me just now was the write-offs, if those go through me. I believe that to be the case.
I asked
Um,
that same question too, and I think that's what she said. Some
Okay.
of it is like charity based upon, you know, a person's circumstances, which she runs through you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
there's a
And
few
don't
different
some of
things.
those end up becoming something that David gets involved with, that we could take them to small claims, but it's not even worth the fight? Like, you're not gonna get back as much as you're even gonna pay to file
Pay
it?
Right, yeah.
If
that's
that
some of those?
determination is made, then yes. But I think what you're referring to is there are some instances where people that we transport have no insurance coverage, don't have two nickels to rub together. There's a form, there's a form that,
Actually, I have that stat. I
the
didn't put it on
hospital
here.
requires
For the month of
patients like that to
January, we
fill
had
out to get a similar
4 people
type
that we
of
took
write-off.
Well, I
So-
just wanted to make sure that the city was aware and
Oh, yes.
somebody out
Yes,
in La
yes.
La Land wasn't making the.
No, that's, yeah,
Which
you're
it
correct.
had been in the, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
we'd
can
gone
run those
through you
stats
in the
too.
past,
They're-
I just
they're
wanted to make sure there wasn't
Yep.
a
Well,
change.
I know in the month
Yep,
of
that's right.
January, we took the month of December, we took one lady, Brenda, probably at least 6 times. Yeah, and I don't think we get paid for that either.
So the frequent flyers are,
Yeah. Yeah, they're there,
Wow.
and we have them.
okay, okay.
So for years past, I mean, do we have a lot of outstanding charges that
No.
are still unpaid?
No.
No, MedBill's
They
pretty
either
good
get-
about.
They either get paid, or they get litigated.
Yes.
Or because of just dire financial circumstances, they get written off,
Right, yeah.
So there's just 2 or 3 buckets, that's it.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's anything, any other reports you need, you know, revenue reports as far as med bills concerned, I can get those, I pretty much have them, so.
Okay.
I know that, in the past, I think Chief Huggins relied on some data from MedBill to compile his, run numbers.
Right.
Are you continuing to do that?
Yeah, I compare,
That maybe it was county dispatch or
yeah, the
something?
county dispatch is where I get the mutual aid calls and that kind of thing, but, I compare our transports to what we have in our Firehouse software, and then I compare our total runs that we have in Firehouse compared to what the county may have or whatever, yeah,
Okay.
to make them jive.
All these
All right.
EMS, these 13 EMS calls that were given
Uh-huh.
in this
That we gave.
January,
Uh-huh.
we're billing every one of them, right?
If we transport.
If we
If we
transport.
transport, we bill,
See, if they
yes.
get called, then they
Yeah,
don't do
transport,
anything.
then,
Yeah.
yeah. If we get called and transport, then we bill, yes.
But just to get called,
Maybe
we
a
don't
column
do
with
anything.
how many you get to actually.
How many we actually
Well,
transport
that's-
of those mutual aid?
All.
Of the mutual aid?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay,
Of the
yeah.
mutual aid,
Oh,
how many
okay,
are we
yeah.
filling from out of town?
Oh, okay.
We're gonna drive all over the place.
Yeah,
Let's-
we're going up
How many's
into
on
Newark.
anymore?
Yeah.
calling somebody.
Well, I mean, it's the patient's choice, whether they're in Heath or
Oh, yeah,
wherever.
I know that.
If they
Just
don't
didn't
wanna
know
be
they had to have
transported to the
one.
hospital, we can't
Yeah.
lock them in and take
But
them.
it
That's
just
the thing for them to
substantiates
do every-
our rolling stock
When they
roll all
do
over
their-
central Licking
I don't
County,
think it's-
just to see the revenue stream coming in for what we are able to bill.
Yeah.
Well, if it's-
To kind of offset
Check for
Yeah.
that.
the fact that we're servicing central Licking County.
Exactly.
I think the overall thinking is that, you know, Newark doesn't have, you know, personnel, you know, overflowing. We don't. I don't think Hebron does. In a lot of respects, the different departments in this area of Licking County function as one. Meaning, if there's an incident that happens that one can't cover, the others come. And it's just understood, hey, you know, you're gonna come to me this time, because probably the next time it's gonna be you. And we know you can't handle it all yourself either, so, you know, we'll be there for you when you need it.
And if you look at the numbers, you know, 28 given versus 34 received, I mean, they're gonna balance out probably.
These are much more balanced than they used to be.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When I first started
absolutely.
asking about these numbers, it was really.
Yeah, it was very
imbalanced.
lopsided.
Yeah,
We were going a lot of
really was.
places and not getting
Yeah.
much help.
Yes.
Yes.
That's some of the things that I've talked about with the other
run
chiefs
card
about.
changes,
Yeah,
right?
getting more
Yeah.
help for us.
Get those run cards
Balancing out.
balanced out, where
Right.
we're not so
Yes.
skewed. Okay.
Yeah.
I think over the past year or so, we have seen those numbers though kind of
Yes.
balance out
Yeah,
more.
I just wanna make sure we're maintaining,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Actually, ours will probably we'll start getting more and more aid than we're giving here shortly, the way we're doing our run cards. So
Okay.
those numbers will be a little more in our favor here soon. Yeah.
good.
The Newark's fire department, if I remember correctly,
Somebody left behind.
because of their staff reductions, if they don't hit a certain number, they close one of their stations, but that's on the east side of town,
Yes,
right?
yes, they're station 4. If they get below 16, they close station 4.
We don't frequently get a lot of mutual aid from that particular station, do we?
You mean get into the city?
Yes, coming
No.
from there to
No,
Heath.
no, it's usually station 1 right there on 4th Street or station 3 there on West
Out
Main.
on the west side.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
those are our two.
We're laying over mutual aid, we're covered.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking, that's, okay.
Yeah, yep.
Even though, as a crow flies, it's not too far away, but there's a river and a railroad in there.
Right.
Between
Uh-huh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
As far as equipment, we got the new Genesis rescue tools that will go on the new rescue when we get it. As I put it down here, we should be taking delivery of that new rescue. They gave us approximately a delivery date of March 21st. So I'll be sending some people up that couple of days before that to look over the truck and make sure everything is we spec'd it. And then they'll be delivering it to us on the
And by up there,
21st.
that's Wisconsin?
Wisconsin, yeah. Yeah. We did have some repairs that we needed on the 2 medics. We put a fuel pump in medic 1, and then we had to blend door on medic 2.
Where's it at in Wisconsin? Like what, Milwaukee, Madison?
It's
where-
near
what's it?
Madison. It's near Madison, yeah.
Probably a month goes by without medic 1 or 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hitting the,
Yeah.
Getting-
Yeah.
Being in the shop.
We need to
shop
work on
again.
that.
We are definitely working on the new medic and getting some quotes from that. Unfortunately, we can't do the re-chassis like we talked about the last.
Yeah, mention that, because that's something I think maybe some new
the box, you
information.
can't move the box?
Yeah, no, we're going to either like the Ford or the Dodge chassis, the medium duty chassis from what we have now, the International, because we've had so much trouble out of the Internationals.
Mhm.
It's not the box that's been the problem, it's been the actual International chassis, and the emissions control, and that's where we've had so much trouble with putting them in the shop. So we thought about moving our current box and saving the city money and putting them on a Ford or Dodge chassis. We've spoken to a couple of different dealers, and we can't do that because of the boxes that we currently have the walk-through door in them, and that opening is too high, that would sit above the cab of a Dodge or a Ford. So they would have to cut off that whole front end of the box and put a new front end on that box just to mount it to one of those cabs, which you're getting into an expense
Yeah.
that's not.
Lose all
you're-
your-
Yeah. you're-
You lose the advantage.
You lose the
Yeah.
advantage of rechassing it, so it's gonna
So
have to
do
be.
you just trade the whole thing, or do you sell it out on?
Yeah, we'll end up, that's what we've done in the past, is just sold the medics once we got our new one in there, so we're gonna start specking at least one new medic now, so.
We gave one to New Orleans after Katrina.
Yeah,
didn't
we gave one of our old
Yeah.
ones, yeah.
Keith
drove it
Keith
down.
drove it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
A couple weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that around time of Mardi Gras? that we
Yeah.
gave him that?
Yeah, it was. Trust me, I talked to him, I think he had a little fun, but he spent a lot of time in some extreme heat on the back of trucks serving breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
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 Dinner
He
to-
put in some work down, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is, you know, as the mayor mentioned, we're starting our promotions. We're gonna do that, I guess, similar to what the police department did, except we're using CTEC to do ours. They did our initial hiring testing, the CPAT testing, but CTEC is going to do our promotional testing also. And then I gave the mayor a quote today to move into the 21st century, and we're gonna do the mobile data terminals. So we're gonna be turning in a PO for those to get those in all of our units, are computerized.
And Chief, that is to get them installed into the vehicles, right?
That's all the equipment and everything, yes.
But not the actual computer
But
units
just not the
themselves.
computer unit itself. We got some quotes on those. We're gonna probably get the Galaxy tablets that are running about $280 a piece.
So that's it.
But we should only need 2 because we have computers that can do the rest. We have some additional computers
Okay.
already.
So
Yes.
5,800 is divided by the 6.
Yeah, it's
Huh?
six, yeah, for 6
for all
units.
6.
For all 6
Okay.
units.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 6
Good,
units,
good.
yeah.
You got money in your budget for any of this stuff or not?
I think I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah. And that's basically all I got.
Oh, wait a minute, let me,
Oh.
let's look, back up a minute, 'cause I think we missed some stuff here, the new command vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We ordered, I did order a new command vehicle through Coughlin Chevrolet, and it is on there, I just didn't mention it yet, so.
Now, the second most happy person about this is Eddie.
Eddie, yes.
Cause Eddie's gonna get the old command vehicle,
All
and we're
right.
finally gonna
All right.
junk
Eddie's
the
gonna
black,
get a
Yes,
Right.
Eddie's gonna get.
He ain't
the-
gonna have to worry about the doors.
No,
flying open.
the door hopefully will stay
The
shut
whole
now when you make a
floor.
turn.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, the vehicle that Chief Huggins drove and Chief McCord is now driving, with the cab on the back.
Mhm.
Okay, that vehicle is going to be replaced in the fire department. That vehicle itself is gonna become Eddie Hunt's vehicle. And we're gonna get rid of that
On the
black
siren.
pickup truck.
Should we have a burial for that thing?
I don't know, I don't know. You know, we can put it on eBay, Jay, and maybe get $5 for it.
Put it on eBay, somebody will buy that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody will buy it.
They'll buy it.
Yep.
So now
But,
this
you
is
know-
on order then?
Yes,
How-
yes.
how we-
Yes.
how we funding
Not
this?
wanting it on there.
That's through the
How's
equipment
Fire
fire
levy
law.
free.
What was the cost on it?
How's the seat?
37.
So, we got enough
Yeah, I
money
had to double
coming
check
in
on
for
it,
that?
but-
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, what?
How's the seat?
So when is it
How's-
expected to?
Ask Warren, I don't.
I asked him that, so he'll answer it.
How's the seat?
Well, it's just got a little bit of a lean, but.
Poor old Eddie.
You got a dip in it?
I don't wanna talk bad about it.
No, we'll obviously have to strip all the emergency, lighting equipment out of it, and also,
Eddie didn't get it?
No.
Does his current truck, I can't remember, does it have an amber light? Does
It
have
does
an
have a
amber?
yellow,
See,
and he'll
'cause we
need
can
a
change,
yellow.
we can
Just
change the
from the
bulbs
yellow.
and put the amber lighting in that if
Okay,
he wants it,
good,
yeah.
good, he'll need
That
a
He
would
needs
be-
yellow.
that thing on
Yeah.
anytime he fires that truck up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never know what's
Don't
gonna happen.
forget, Charlie, and then they use that to go around and do the signs and the decorations, so they
Right.
need to have the warning
Lights,
lights on.
yeah.
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 Just the
Obviously,
siren
yeah.
will have to be.
How many miles is on that old Jeep?
103.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, no.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. And it rides better now. I
Probably
took
got
that big
another,
tray out of the back.
probably got
so-
another 100,000.
Yeah, that's a big.
Way Eddie.
Took a lot of weight out of it.
That was a lot
Looked
of
like that
weight.
lake a lot, didn't it?
Yes.
It gets even better gas mileage
Yes, it
now, I'm
does.
sure, with that tray out of the back of
Yeah,
it.
that tray is heavy, yep.
Oh, I thought you was going
Yeah.
somewhere.
No, that's not where I was going.
Clarified that at the end.
That's not where I was going.
Talking about the thickness of a chief or thickness of a chief? What are you talking
Well,
about?
the
You have anything else, Chief?
Talk about the
No,
training
I
too.
think that's
The
it.
training?
Talk about the training.
Look how easy, look how.
What, I can scoot
look
up
how
to the
far I can
table?
get up
No.
to the table, this is awesome.
I did.
Just probably watching
That's
on-
not
I know.
well-rounded people.
I did implement some trainings. All the guys are now doing shift training every day. Monday through Friday, they are required to do at least an hour of training every day. And then if we do any in-house EMS training, I can run that through CTEC, and that will cut
Good.
down on some of our certifications that we actually have to pay for, because we can get continuing ed hours through there.
Good.
So we're running that through CTEC, thanks to Earl.
What kind of trainings are you doing then during the day?
There's a lot of online trainings that we do. They go over all the equipment, different equipment, especially stuff that we don't use very often. Today they did airbags, so we haven't used the airbags. We don't use them that much, so they train on that for about an hour today. We watched some videos on flashovers the other day, some online. Actually, it's live training on flashovers the other day. So I've been getting a lot of networking and getting some of those trainings out to the guys, so they kind of stay fresh on some of the
Okay.
things that we don't do very often. Actually do. So yeah.
Okay. All right, Chief. Nothing else? Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
I've got a question, probably for the mayor, about the EMS billing.
Yes.
There's, I know, hard billing and soft billing.
Yes.
We've got hard billing. and
Correct.
Like Hebron and some other places have soft billing. Who determines whether we're gonna do hard billing or soft billing?
It's in our ordinance, I believe.
So,
But we hard bill anybody we transport, whether they're in Hebron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
talking about department by department, if they, how it's decided, if they.
yeah, community to community.
I think it's the communities that do it. I think it's the councils, that,
But
Hard
it's
bill. Yeah,
it's
we
by
transport
ordinance
hard bill.
then,
Yeah.
I
so
think
it's
so.
council determines.
I think that's the way it was when we put it in, cause that was just when I was coming on council, where it happened just before I came on council.
yeah,
And
I think it's by council.
Okay.
Ordinance.
because
It's
before
part of
it
the
was
ordinance
just
establishing.
free.
Yeah, I'm all
Yeah.
for sure the money.
Something to work on, I'm sure you've got in your mind some short-term goals and some long-term goals for this year and for the next
Yeah.
1, 2 to 3 to 5 years, a plan for technology, communications and things like that. Maybe sometime you can kind of lay that out on a timeline.
Absolutely.
With obviously with affordability,
Yes.
constraints and stuff, what your vision is for moving this department forward with technology advancements, communication advancements, the MARC system, for example. Okay? Just so we can kind of get your vision of,
Mm-hmm.
in advance, so we follow along as what we can expect. Like you said, we're screaming into the 21st century here with mobile data terminals.
Yeah.
And Jeff, I was wondering a while ago, John Lees, do we have anybody that's up to date on the communications like you are?
I'm doing my best to pass on what I've learned over the years. But they'll just have to call the house phone.
And your rate will be?
We'll discuss that maybe on my exit.
Because that's something I think, if you get behind 2 years on it, it takes a long time to catch
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
It
Behind the
catches
curve on
us
that.
up.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Good job.
But nothing else, we'll
Thanks, Chief.
adjourn at 6:14.
I've been teaching as much as I can on how to troubleshoot, figure out what the problems are. They felt
Well, too painful.
left out
No.
sometimes.
Not at all.